What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a magic review on Bigger by Nikolas Mavresis. You ever see one of these Bic lighters? I think they're probably the most popular lighter in the world. Now, one thing the company did right was they put the logo on both sides. So that way, no matter which way you look at it, you see it. But the thing is, the logo is really small. See, if I was designing this logo, I would have made the logo big. See, now that the logo is big, you can see it even from afar. But the first thing I do when I get one of these small lighters is I take it and I make it a little bit bigger. Alright, so today we're looking at Bigger by Nikolas Mavresis. So Nikolas is more well known as a mentalist. This is actually his first release to the magic community. And I think he did a really good job. So this is something that works well, right? Pack small, plays big. We've heard that before, but it's true. It's a lighter. It's small. It fits in your pocket. And the routine is quick, to the point, visual, and magical. Now, this is definitely something that I have recently incorporated into my walk-around set. This can also be carried as an EDC. I don't smoke, but for those that do, you're always carrying a lighter. A lot of people carry a lighter anyway, so this fits perfectly into your pocket. Makes sense, right? You will get a smaller gimmick as well, right? So you need both of these to perform the full routine. So what do you get? You're going to get the packaging, which looks like this. Now, you don't get the lighters. You are going to have to go out and purchase lighters yourself. I believe that's mostly because of shipping to foreign countries. You can't pack flammables, right? So same with like things like flash paper and whatnot. Trouble crossing the border. So it made more sense just to send the gimmicks, you purchase the lighters, and construct. Now what you'll get, they are stickers. You will get a couple for a big lighter and a couple for a small lighter. You also get an additional one for the big lighter that works as a red to black or black to red, which you can also do a color changing knives type routine with it. So you'll get a big black one, a big red one, a big red and black one, and then a little black one and a little red one. So you have options on whether or not you just like a specific color or if you want to expand the routine and use multiple gimmicks. So what's the quality? The quality is good. They are just stickers that you put on yourself. They are well-made stickers. I guess, I don't know how to really describe the quality of the stickers aside from, they're not cheap. So if that makes any sense. Now, one thing that I did, I reviewed Adam Wilbur's gaff lighter project a while back, and one of the recommendations that he made to make the gimmicks last longer was to first construct the gimmick and then to wrap some packing tape around them. So that gives it a gloss finish. It looks like, a lighter that you would buy at the store with that, because some lighters with the special designs, they have a wrap, and if you take the wrap off, it's just a white lighter. But this, the tape over top gives them that, I guess, wrapper type look, and it's also going to make it so that your fingers aren't rubbing away the design, because stickers are essentially just paper, right? So this extra layer is plastic. That means no matter how many times you do this, you're not going to wear away the logo. And to me, that's important, right? Because this will essentially last until the lighter runs out. But since I'm not going to be using this lighter, it's pretty much going to last forever. Tutorial. So the tutorial is about 40 minutes long. You're going to learn the main routine. You're going to learn how to construct. Now this can be done very quickly. Construction, if you're not taking the additional step to put the tape on, which I don't think is mentioned, it's just something that I do. Putting the stickers on, if you want to watch what you're doing, make sure they go on properly and straight. But maybe it takes a minute, so it doesn't take long. If you're using the tape, maybe another minute. So construction is quick. Now they'll go over putting the gimmicks together, the routine, the different moves. So obviously the paddle move, but there's 3 different variations of the paddle move. And then also the change from the little to the bigger lighter. So very in depth. There's also some additional handling and additional routines included. Difficulty level. So it's easy to do as long as you are familiar with the paddle move, right? I mean, it does take some getting used to using a lighter instead of like a paddle, a traditional paddle, or something like a hot rod or whatever. But overall, just practice a little bit and it becomes easy to do. The change, there's multiple changes. So there's one, like basically the French drop is the one I did in the demo. There's also a steal. So it's kind of a variation of that where you change it, but you're also stealing out the other gimmicks, so you end clean. And then there's another one that happens in the participant's hands, because if you notice, if you're holding the small one like this, they just see some of the logo, right? And then it looks the same if you're holding the big one. So you can put this in their hand. When they open the hand, the lighter's grown to be bigger. Angles. So really your only angle issue you should encounter here is when you do the change. So depending what way you want to do the change, if you're doing the French drop, right, then you just don't want anybody besides you where they're going to see in or behind your hand. You don't want anybody behind you. But again, there are different ways that you can do this. So you can be performing surrounded. Maybe you switch it out, do it in the hands, right? So that way it can be done surrounded. Can it be inspected? So it just depends. In the beginning, no, but in the end, yes. So ultimately, after the magic is done, you can hand them the lighter. It's just going to look like that. It works, right? So yeah, they can hold on to that. They can try it out. It's not going to make a difference. So yeah, it can be examined, just not in the beginning. You wouldn't say, hey, I got this lighter, check it out. You can't do that. Pocket space, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's a lighter. Everybody's familiar. Now, obviously, you're carrying 2, but again, it doesn't really take up much space. Is it a worker, and who would use this? So who would use this? I'd say anybody can use this, because Nikolas is primarily a mentalist. He released this, so obviously he uses it, right? Any magician. For me, I'm going to be using this in my strolling, walk around, table hopping. So is it a worker? Yes. This will go into my working set. I do a couple things with lighters, so it fits right in for me. And I think if you're doing strolling or anything like that, then it'll fit in for you too. So what's the price, and is it worth your money? This is $20. I'd say that's a good price for this. You want to make sure these last. Just do the tape over top. Remember, it's packing tape, not like a sellotape or whatever it's called. You want to use packing tape, and the brand that I use is the Gorilla packing tape. It goes on super clear. It comes with a dispenser so that you're not getting fingerprints on. And then, yeah, now I think they won't wear out. At least the picture on it won't. So for $20, you get the tutorial, the routine, and the gimmicks. I'd say that's a fair price for sure. Pros and cons, positives, negatives. Positives, it's super easy to do. It's very, very visual. It's quick, right? You can make this a longer routine if you want, so that's a positive too, because you do have the red-black change. So if you want to do like a color changing knives type routine, or just add the additional phase of changing the color, you have that. Or you can just do it quick, change the logo from small to big and then the lighter to bigger. So I think you have a lot of variety when it comes to just a small gimmick like this, right? I like it. Negatives, I don't have any. Maybe just that if you aren't taking the additional step to protect this a little bit better over time, just being paper, it will wear, the ink will wear, and you don't get additional gimmicks, so you'd have to buy another set. So I guess if I have to think of any negatives just for the sake of it, maybe including 2 sets, but you know, just take the time and put some tape over it so that it's not going to wear out and you don't have to worry about replacing it. All right, so with that, I think that's everything that I have on bigger. I would recommend checking this out, picking it up. I'll leave a link in the description below. And with that, we'll see you at the next review.